I'm David Smith, and this is the bumper Smith that you should have received in shipment. We turn them upside down on the table to do an assembly. And after you've unpackaged it, this is what you're going to be looking at. And right quick like we're going to go through step by step so you'll understand how this machine assembles, color-coded it, an easy method. First of all, you'll remove this layer here, which is your bottom layer. Then you're going to look into it and you're going to see all these different components of which you're going to need to remove. Maybe stop there. Now then, you can take each one of these, they're color coded. Naturally, you've got to remove this shelf out of your way. That's the center shelf. We're going to color code these to where all you've got to do is drop them in the hole. This will make it quick and easy on assembling one of these machines. Then you're going to need to unpackage this particular package here, which contains all your screws and all your wheels and everything that goes on this machine. Alright, we put all 4 corners on, 3 screws in each corner. Our next step is going to be to go into putting the second shelf in. You want, where it says plastic welding made easy, you want that toward the front. We're using a yellow color code that matches all places that it goes together at. It's a little hard to do right by yourself. If you've got somebody to help you, it does make it a little easier. But you simply put this in there in this direction by pulling these ends out just enough to get it to go down into this notch in here. Now, what you want is you want this to come up to the middle where the yellows match up. Now then, you've got your second layer in there. There's no screws to go on it. The next step is to go to the third shelf. The third shelf just simply sets over the very top to where your legs will go down in there. There is a little slot that this has to match up with. And you'll take note that that little slot is there. It has to go in that little notch. Now then. Now you're coming to the part of putting your wheels on. Put your swivel wheels where they'll go on this end. Because when you flip it over, they're going to be on the right end of the machine. Now at this point, you're using what we call a carriage bolt. In this carriage bolt, there'll be 4 of them, and they come up through there. You'll simply add a lock washer and the nut that holds it on. It's easy, but it's not easy. Okay, the only thing you will need at this point, as you take that off, is to get your 14 millimeter socket. And simply put all four of them in there, and they will hold themselves from the bottom because of them being a carriage bolt. Okay, we've completely put this unit together. The wheels have been installed on it, and your swivel wheels is both of them on this side, which is necessary once you flip the cart over. Now, the one thing you need to remember is there's a hose coming out of the control panel that comes through to this bottom. You want to untape where we have taped it up to protect it, and just leave it loose until we get to where we're hooking it up to the regulator. Well, my tape's messing up. Okay, now your hose is dangling loose. Alright, now we have completed the assembly. We have turned the unit over, and it's now on its wheels. And we're going to remove this so that the lids can be opened up. And the reason for the tape was to prevent anyone from opening it up too soon and everything falling out on top of it. Now once you open your lids to the machine, you'll take note of the fact of all the different components that's in there. Now, yours would be inside of different packages and wrapping and what have you. Here are your cradles, pads for your arms. This is urethane welding. There's a roll of tape should be in there, and welding rods for polypropylene, and the little extra welder which we call the spaghetti welder. And this completes this video of the assembly of this particular unit, and we tried to make it as simple as possible so there wouldn't be no mistakes. Our idea was so you can end up with your swivel wheels being on the right side of your cart, which makes it easier to maneuver. Thank you.